Hi everyone, I'm Cream and this is my Cream report. I just got back from Stationery Fest. I kind of dumped out my entire haul and I'm just gonna go through everything that I got and just kind of explain all my things. I did grab a lot of things. I got a lot of freebies. So some things I normally wouldn't have picked up for myself and just kind of talking through. I watched a couple of videos so far. So I'm really excited to kind of go through this. The camera's like so far up that I'm actually gonna bring it down to just kind of show you guys a little bit of everything that I grabbed and just kind of talk through it. But I had a wonderful time at Stationery Fest. This was my first year. I didn't get a chance to go there first year because by the time I heard about it, all the tickets were sold out. And when I bought tickets this year with Amalia, we were only able to get Saturday tickets. And that's okay. I think that overall, while we got Saturday tickets, we weren't able to grab some exclusive things like the inks, but I was able to grab a lot of the things that I really enjoyed and wasn't able to grab other things that would have put me over budget anyway. So it all worked out in the end. I wasn't able to grab any of the inks that were exclusive to Stationery Fest, but I did hear that they are going to do a restock. So I'm going to keep my eye on it, but I was able to grab other things that were exclusive to Stationery Fest. So with that being said, let's kind of talk our way through this. So obviously I'm going to kind of go through my freebies and kind of showcase some of these other things. I am going to move the camera a little bit lower so you guys can see a little bit better. So hold on a second. Okay, better. So I can see too because I have no idea what I'm showing you and what you guys can see on camera. So the first things are some of my freebies. So I got obviously the fan while we were in line. We did a really great job of getting there pretty early enough that we were able to go in and look at a bunch of stuff early on. So this is the fan they were giving out while we were in line. They also gave us a bunch of stickers and the postcard. I grabbed two, one for Amalia, but I didn't realize that she actually was able to grab one. And so, but just in case. This is the spacewalk pin. And then we also, while we were in line, we got the folder. And inside the folder is the free, a lot of the other freebies. So they gave out a workbook. Oh no, this is gonna fall over, but here we are. Let's move all this off. So you got the Stationery Fest activity book, which was really fun. I'll be honest, I flipped through it. It has a lot of glossy paper, so it's not like you can stamp in here, but I'm going to go through it and maybe use some of these pieces in my junk journal for Stationery Fest. This sticker is for this. And then in the folder, there is the event guidebook and the cutest picture of Daisy and her partner, Neil. I was really excited to actually get to see her. So while we were walking through the spaces, we did the spacewalk. And as we were leaving the spacewalk, we actually ran into Daisy. And she is the tiniest human ever, but she is super, super sweet and really great. So we had left the event space and then kind of walked over to the spacewalk, and as we were leaving we kind of ran into Daisy right there. So that was really great and a really great experience overall to just kind of see some of the faces that you see on your YouTube channels. I'm not a big YouTuber. I just kind of do this for fun, so it's not like I was going to run into her otherwise, but these were my freebies so far that I found so far. Okay, I got some Yoseka stickers. The first thing I did was actually go to the upper side as quickly as possible because I was trying to get some of the Stationery Fest exclusives. So I got the blue washi tape for Stationery Fest. Yoseka gave me these things. I also grabbed the Yoseka bag, but I don't feel like putting it on camera. Maybe I'll put it at the end. And then I also got the Stationery Fest plushy pencil. I got it in blue, I kind of did this kind of like blue themed. So I'm really excited to kind of put this either in my Sula or on my Yoseka bag to just kind of have everything together from my Stationery Fest experience. And then I got the little apron. I'm not sure. I think I might just leave it with the t-shirt on, but I have the little apron and then my plan is to put the Industry City pin on it And then the Greenpoint pin, because I also did go to the Yoseka Greenpoint location and Yoseka land. So that's my master plan. So these are my Stationery Fest exclusive kind of things that I grabbed. That was at the Yoseka table. I also grabbed the t-shirt. So I grabbed myself and Amalia our t-shirts that we each wanted. So we kind of separated. She went to Travelers to grab this for me. So they only had 20 left by the time that Amalia stopped by. So while she was at Travelers grabbing the things that she wanted, I went to the Stationery Fest tables and grabbed the things that I was looking for and grabbed her a t-shirt. So Amalia was able to snag these tins. If you don't know, these are sold out all over the internet, but they were holding a decent amount for Stationery Fest. And since we were one of the first ones to get into Travelers, we were able to snag this up. So Amalia and I wanted the tin. Amalia and I are splitting this. So I'm keeping the little history guide and the stamps, and she's going to take all of the brass things. And so she's gonna keep the clip and this, and that's always nice. So like we're able to share, because I think everyone knows we probably not gonna go through the amount of stationery that we buy in our lifetime. So it's really nice to be able to share with a friend. So this is the pack of stickers that comes with a tin. And this is a really beautiful tin. This has a beautiful, nice inlay. I just love tins. And this is for the 20th anniversary. So I'm not a big Travelers. I cannot personally use some of their inserts. I think they're too small. I only use them when it's like just for like stamping when I'm in Japan, or just kind of like doing my grocery list. I really commend Amalia because she's a big Travelers fan, and she grabbed some inserts and all this canvas bag, but I was just only interested in the tin. So really excited to grab this and add this to my collection and for my display. And I'll leave the brass pieces for Amalia before I leave. So it's really nice to be able to share with my mother-in-law all the fun things I grabbed. So some other things that I was able to snag up while at Stationery Fest were these random little cell phone, like electronic erasers. They're supposed to kind of mimic like a chalkboard. My husband is a art teacher in Rochester, so I thought this would be really funny. And then I got two just in case I liked it and I wanted to keep one for myself. But the lady was very, very nice that was kind of displaying these. This is a brand from Japan. And you know what? I was easily persuaded very quickly to grab these and just snag them up. So I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't grab anything for my husband while we were at Stationery Fest, so this would be a very nice gift to give to him. So with that, we can move over to some of my the best way I can describe this is my sticker haul. So let me pull some of these out. Okay, I reset everything up and turn off the light because there is a horrible glare because all of this are stickers and they kind of have a little sheen to it. So I kind of grabbed a bunch of different things. So this came in a 3-pack. I already gave Amalia the one that is basically the same design, but is a little bit more closer die cutted. And this is from Noko. They have a lot of like mushroom themed things. And my sister-in-law is in love with mushrooms. And this kind of encapsulates the spacewalk. And I just thought this was super, super cute design. And it was actually the only thing that I grabbed in the spacewalk, other than a card from the probably nicest human being I have ever met from Osaka, Japan. I really enjoyed our conversation. So if you didn't get a chance to go to the spacewalk, it was a lot of glass nibs, fountain pens, and inks. But unfortunately, that wasn't in my budget. And I kind of told myself, only go to look at things, but don't grab anything. So what I did do was I stopped at this gentleman's table And I'm going to say his name wrong, so I'm just going to put it on the screen. But he's from Osaka. He was very, very sweet. He had a bunch of maki-es on his table, and they were beautiful, but $3,000 was just not in my budget. Maybe in the future, maybe as a gift for when I finish my doctorate. If you kind of look at my YouTube channel right now, it's a mix of stationery and some of my graduate work that I'm currently working on, because that is my current life and the things that I'm currently doing. And so he was very, very nice. So these are the only two things that I grabbed. I kept his number so that if I do want a fountain pen, I do want to hit him up, because he was just very kind. He did a lot of fountain pens made out of wood, and they were just beautiful. And he was just a very kind person. So that's the only thing I grabbed from the spacewalk. But back to these other stickers. So all of these were mostly in the Uptown area. So I really wanted to grab anything that was New York exclusive or New York design. I personally, I'm from upstate New York, and I do travel to the city a lot. So I know that I will get a good amount of use out of this, more than if I were to get stuff from like the Chicago Stationery Fest. So there's a bunch of stickers. I do have a junk journal dedicated just for Stationery Fest. So a lot of these stickers are going to make an appearance. There's actually a postcard. So I have a couple pen pals that I'm going to send some of these out to as like a, Stationery Fest things. And I don't know. I really gravitated to this little redheaded girl. I'm not a redhead, but she's just like so cute. And this is 100% how I have my stationery things set up. And I can see myself doing this and falling over and doing some chaos. There are a lot of dogs in a couple of things that I grabbed. I'm exclusively a cat person, and I would say that was one of the things that kind of made me kind of move away from certain people's tables, because a lot of their stickers or designs were heavily dog focused, and that's just not something that I'm super interested in. And then my mother-in-law saw Savannah Scribbles. I actually walked past her table like 3 times, and I don't know, something about her table just kind of made me completely forget about it. And she was just like, "Did you stop by Savannah Scribbles' table?" And I was like, "I didn't see it." I feel like it was just so overwhelming when you're in Stationery Fest. Like, it feels like hours are going by and it's really just minutes. I watched another YouTuber kind of say the same thing, that they were actually in the fest for like maybe 45 minutes, but it felt like 4 hours, and I 100% agree. So I was able to stop by Savannah's table and just grab a couple of her little ghost thingies. I don't know what these are called. They're just so cute. I love this like little New York coffee, little ghost coming out of the coffee. I am a huge Pride and Prejudice fan, so obviously I had to get the washi tape and the sticker sheet that matches. And we managed to say hi to Savannah for a couple minutes while she was kind of manning the table. So that was really nice to kind of see the artist that works on all of these really great things. And then I grabbed a few other things. So I'm just going to grab the things that were kind of just like one-offs. I just saw this really cute, again, cat-themed washi tape, and it has like those perforated to like kind of look like postage. So I was really kind of interested in just grabbing something that's a little bit cat themed and not dog themed. I will say that one of the things I'm currently focusing on for 2026 and 2027 is to look for washi tapes that are more vertical. So I have a journal that I make a lot of washi tape designs on the vertical side, and a lot of washi tapes are designed to be more horizontal, and just, well, that's fine. It's just not something that I'm currently looking for. I have enough of horizontal theme, which is why I normally probably wouldn't have grabbed this, but this design is vertically themed. So it's one of the reasons why I grabbed this. This is from, I'm not going to mess this up. So this is from a Japanese vendor. She was very happy to hear that I actually knew that this was soy sauce. These are little kind of plastic on the go soy sauce packets that you see often in Japan. So she was very happy to know that I actually knew what these were and like what the design was. So, and because this is vertical is one of the reasons why I grabbed this. And it was the only thing that I really grabbed. This is kind of a bit of a bolder print than I normally would have gotten, but this is fun. I can see myself using this, particularly because I eat a lot of sushi, and you will see a lot of sushi themed things in a second, because there was a lot. I didn't realize until I was unpacking how many sushi themed items I grabbed. So with that being said, I'm going to reset this real quick. And we're back. Okay. So the next haul are probably the next couple ones are going to be some of the bigger hauls that I grabbed. So I am probably the worst at reading some of these names, but Amalia really loves this brand. And the person that was manning the table was probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met. Amalia and I really were just grabbing some cat collage, pet tape. It's really hard to sometimes get these. They sell out really fast, or sometimes you can only get them available in Europe. We are in the US, so these makes it a little bit difficult. But we grabbed these, and they're also kind of expensive. They're like $25-ish US. So normally don't buy these. I do have a membership, so I can print these out myself at home. But the pet tape makes it so easy, and I already have this this out and about sections, but now I don't have to print these and cut these out. I can just use them. Amalia has the other one that we grabbed that was a little bit more like inked and like being at home and like literary themed. We didn't go on Saturday, so there might have been more things at the table, but she was so kind. So I grabbed those two items as well as this, and it was really, really cute. Just like hello from New York. I'm going to use this in my journal because we weren't on the subway. I kind of showed Amalia New York via subway because she actually had been to New York many, many times, but had never actually caught the subway. She normally either drives or takes an Uber. So that was really fun. And this just looks really just adorable. And as we were checking out, she just kept putting more and more things onto in my bag. She gifted us these, I think this is Canva because I made a design, and I kind of remember some of these things being for free, but this was a freebie sticker sheet. Obviously there, thank you for your order. And this cute little stamp. I'm not a big stamp person. Amalia is. Well, she got one for free, so I can't give it to her. So I'll figure out, maybe I'll send this to I recently met a person at Stationery Fest named AJ, and they're gonna be my new pen pal. So maybe AJ might get this in my in a little goodie bag that I'm going to send to them. And then it was all in this cute little canvas bag. I was very confused as I watched her kind of pack up my order, but this is really great. I'm actually going to keep some of like maybe my travelers or my weekly in here, something to travel with. I'm going to be going to Florida in a week or so. So this would be maybe a very nice thing to keep like some of my leather items kind of safe. So I'm really excited to use this. Amalia got the same bag, so very, very excited. And then another big section. Oh, I think I also got this from there too. So this is a postcard from Statue of Liberty. I love New York, and the little sticker that matches with it. So I'm very, very excited to use that, and most likely gonna again send it to one of my pen pals. And I kind of don't remember grabbing so many of these little sticker sheets. I think this was in the other side of Stationery Fest, and they kind of, if I'm not mistaken, they had a buy 6 for I think 25. So I just grabbed a few things to kind of just even everything out, and I really like this kind of photo strip design, and I'm kind of excited to just probably have that as the like left adjacent, and then just kind of have a little blurb about us kind of walking through either Midtown or something or other. I'm not fully sure. There's so many stickers that I have. We only gotten through halfway, guys. I really like these designs. So, life in the subway. Amalia and I got on the subway. Welcome to New York. These are just really cutesy. I don't think I'm going to use these in my New York themed stationery drunk journal. This might just go into like maybe later on. I just really like just having some stickers in the corners of some of my pages when I'm like working on designing things for like my homework schedule. And so these will be really fun. Again, very dog themed. And again, don't have a dog, probably never get a dog. But these are cute. This little postman. and, very adorable. So I can't, fall in New York is beautiful. So this is when I kind of grabbed this. So very excited to use these things, but mostly grabbed them for the New York themed, and kind of said, well, if there's a buy 6 for a lower price, why not? And yeah, and they gave me, I think this is a sticker. It is. And so they're from Taiwan, very, very adorable, very sweet vendor. So very excited. Another very sweet vendor from Buffalo. So we ran into Zebra. They make midliners. So we stopped by to just grab a couple things, and I don't have the pack that I bought from them because it was actually a gift to my friend Rebecca, who is hosting us, because I love their vintage line of pens, and so I grabbed the whole pack for her because she likes journaling, and we were telling her that they're really great pens. And unfortunately, Zebra was only selling big packs. They weren't selling midliners loosely. So that was the only thing that I was like, well, I'm going to buy. And I found out that the vendor that was sitting there manning the table was from Buffalo. She lives in New Jersey, but is from Buffalo. So she gave us each a little Zebra. You can actually move their arms around. It's a little tough. Amalia kind of had a little hard time, but you kind of can move their arms around and get them to hold maybe a brush pen. And we got these for free. This was a freebie. We talked a little bit about being from Western New York and being Bills fans. So she was very, very sweet. I think her name was like Anne Marie, but don't quote me on that. But she was very, very kind. And I really enjoy this. I might gift most of these to my husband, Zach. And Malia has her own set as well. It was funny because we only bought one thing and we left with like 2 zebras, brush pens, but she was very, very kind. And yeah, we're very, very excited to use these. Again, most likely Zachariah is going to get more use out of this than I will, because I already have these kind of reusable brush pens, but I don't know. I'll try them out first before I give them away back to him, but I can already tell with these that I probably can only use this. He has much better skills with watercolor brush pens. So if not, this might be a giveaway. Maybe I'll do a giveaway on this YouTube channel and on my Instagram, and we'll see. Well, keep an eye on for this. I might post a video up like with this, a standalone, if I do end up doing a giveaway with this. No one's getting my Zebra. This is mine. Unless Amalia doesn't want hers, I'm keeping this little dude. He's going to go with the tin in my little stationery display. And with that, we've kind of cleared this section off, and we still have things to go, guys. So be patient with me. And we're back again. Okay, hear me out, guys. There's, again, still more things to grab from. I'm getting closer to the end of just my Stationery Fest things, but I really like stickers. I have enough washi tapes. I did buy 11 washi tapes, so it's neither here nor there. So I grabbed this Stationery Fest exclusive from Once with Love. Once with Love, oh my God. They had a line. I think they were the only place other than like Travelers and like Plotter, some of these bigger brands, that had a consistent line. I feel like if Helen from the Coffee Monster Co. was there, she would equally have a decent line. It wasn't too long. I think Amalia and I waited in line for about 6 or 8 minutes. We got to chatting with one of the volunteers, Jonathan, that was holding down the line for a little bit. So we were able to talk to someone other than ourselves, because at that point we had been talking to each other for like 3 days. But I did grab some of these washi tapes, and which one goes? Yes. So this is also a New York exclusive. The little pigeon. Amalia got a different pigeon from a different vendor. This is some postage. I grab a lot of postage themed or journaling themed washi tapes, so very excited. I did take these out of the plastic already because of the sheen, and I really am excited to use these. So I'm really interested. Amalia's gonna get a decent amount of these as samples so that she can use them, but she says that she has enough washi tape. But can you have enough washi tape? Anyway, and then I didn't stop there. while we were at Once with Love. I also grabbed their New York exclusive sticker sheet, the pigeons to go with my pigeon washi, obviously, and this stationery themed sticker sheet. But okay, I'm not a big pigeon fan. I grew up in New York City for a little bit, but these are so cute that I didn't stop at just the washi tape or the sticker sheet. I also grabbed all of these vinyl stickers. I feel like I don't need this many, so I will be gifting many of these stickers. But look at this little dude. Isn't he the most cutest thing on the planet? They did name him. I cannot remember what they named him to save my life right now, but he did get a name from them. And then because of my purchase, you get a bunch of freebies. So I got a sticker sheet, the Don't Touch My Stuff vinyl sticker, and they had a sensory sticker that was like a pencil that said like create. I don't think I'll ever use it, and I kind of forced it onto Amalia, so, but I really want a Don't Touch My Stuff sticker. And another thing that I grabbed was this vinyl sticker, which is a little journal, and this tired mom. My best friend is pregnant and expecting in November. Maybe he'll get here sooner, but I'm very excited to gift this to her. I don't know. I just thought this was really funny. She doesn't look like this, but I'm just like, this is your future. Ha ha ha. I'm so sorry, Mal, when you see this video. Just know that it's in good heart. And I also picked up my last thing from Once with Love was their kind of Bodega Metro card vinyl stickers that have like a coffee cup. A lot of the vendors use, because Savannah Scribbles use the iconic New York City coffee cup, as well as the Statue of Liberty in a lot of their things in terms of like their New York exclusive. I have so many Metro cards. I will show you my other Metro card, but I just thought this was cute because it has the Bodega cat and all these cute little things. So if I don't use this for my Stationery Fest junk journal, it will be 100% used for something in one of my future New York trips. There is a cute little postcard in the back, so I might use that again for one of my pen pals. Okay, so let's see. I grabbed these 3 from Scotty and Mai. These were, again, they're sushi themed sticker sheets. There is a Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro sticker sheet, and I love Studio Ghibli, so very excited to grab that. And then again, New York exclusive. A lot of their stuff was dogs. They kind of do, I forget what dog this is, but a lot of their things are dog themed. So this was the only, other than like these 2, this was the only one that I was like, I'll get it. But like, again, heavy dog, but pigeon. And, you know, New York City skyline, a bagel, an apple, some pretzels, the George Washington Bridge. And like, I was like, okay, Broadway. We were on Broadway for a little bit as we were walking. So another thing that I grabbed. And I think I also grabbed these, this is its own standalone. So this, I think, was the only thing that I grabbed, and it was mostly because I have this exact pouch and it basically looks just like this. Does it want it there? I don't know if it's focusing, but whatever. And then this is just basically my entire haul. I want to get one of these tins. I probably wouldn't get it in this light blue color, but I just said that this is basically me in a sheet. This is from Megan Wong's shop, and if I'm not mistaken, they're from Japan, but don't quote me on that. But I think this was a very well done stationery sheet, and I was very, very excited to use this. I feel like, I'll be very honest, this might be one that I just prop up and just look at it and have to be very compelled to use because it's just so perfect as a sheet, unless I get this again. I don't know why I do this to myself. Like, it's always nice when things repeat or that I have an exact purpose for it, but it's so pretty. It looks literally all of the things that I have. I think this is like 85% of the things I currently own in my stationery stash. So, or things that either I own it, but not in that color, but this is my exact pouch. So I had to get it. And so anyway, long rant. And then I got a lot of things from Michaela Made It. This is their sushi theme. I eat a lot of sushi, so this is not very surprising that I grabbed this. I also grabbed these postage cats because they're cats. I'm so happy that they were cats. And I do a lot of like postcard mailings to my friend that lives in South Carolina and my friend that lives in Atlanta. And now AJ, who lives in Syracuse. So then I also have this stationery themed. This I'm more likely to use a lot more of because this repeats. So there are two sides, so like this upper part and this lower part. So you know, the Blackwing pencil and all of these things that I own, but that I don't feel bad if I use this Blackwing because there is a secondary Blackwing. I don't know, something about there's the fact that there's two makes me more likely to use it. And for more stationery theme, this is actually the same one but just bigger. I didn't know that when I grabbed it. I thought it was slightly different, but hey, maybe I'll just use all the little ones and keep the big one. Who knows? And then the New York exclusive one. I'm really excited to use the Stationery Fest when I'm doing my subway theme because we grabbed the D train, we grabbed the and then the R train, and we also grabbed the F train. So the fact that some of these letters are trains that we did actually get on or similar, very, very excited to use this. And then I kind of kept this together so that I could remember that this came from her. And let's see, I grabbed everything. And then the last thing I could do before I do another like jump skip is I grabbed this from, oh my God, I'm gonna forget her name, but she has these new pouches that are really kind of getting really popular in the stationery scene. I will insert it in the down below in the caption what this brand is. But I really want to grab one of these pouches. They're $75. I don't need another pouch. I just grabbed the Sula bag. I have several, and like basically anything you can think of I already have. But this is supposed to be like the ultimate stationery bag. And it's very, very cute. And these are washi tape holders. And I gave a couple to Amalia so that she can give me some washi samples. And you just kind of clip them into your binder. And even if I don't end up getting the bag, I'm very excited just to have these. But I'm most likely gonna get the bag, but probably later this year. They didn't have it in black, and that was my exclusive rule that I will only get the bag if it was in black. So very excited to grab this. I most likely will get the bag at the end of the year for Christmas for myself, or tell my husband to grab it for me. But with that, let's see, grabbing more stuff. Okay, we are to literally the last section of the things that I grabbed at Stationery Fest before I begin the tedious task of unearthing all of the things I grabbed in Midtown and Brooklyn. Okay, I grabbed all of these things from cute things from Japan that were up in, I think, Uptown. And these are very cute. I travel in San Francisco to visit my friend Luis a couple times a year. A couple times in the past few years. A couple times a year sounds excessive. But I have a feeling I might visit him soon in San Francisco in the next couple years. So I grabbed this, or who knows. And I travel pretty frequently. I have a trip planned in 2028 to Puerto Rico, most likely going back to Japan. We're going to Italy. So I feel like I'm going to be using this a bit. And then I just love postage. I really like all of these are stationery themed postage. I feel like I'm going to use them in my journal, maybe for a postcard here and there, not as postage, but like as a cute little decorative thing. I thought this was very cute. I can see myself using this boarding pass, have a nice trip, sticker. And then I grabbed the last few things that I have. I'm not sure if they're from Cute Things from Japan, but these are from Japan, so it's highly likely they are. I went to see Mount Fuji when we were in Japan, and I love 7-Eleven and Family Mart. They didn't have a Lawson's one, which was really, really sad because I would love to have the trio together. This was the last day, so I wonder if it was just sold out. But I'm very, very excited to use these in my journals. Maybe when I go to my Japan trip, I really want to get this truck. It's not legal in New York right now unless you are a commercial, I don't know, like if you're a construction guy, whatever, you need to, they're very exclusively, very restrict rules in New York. If they ever become street legal, you will see Kareem in one of these little trucks. I want one in whatever color I can get my hands on, most likely in either white or black. most likely white because it's the iconic color. And again, Mount Fuji, when I went, it was the middle of July, so it actually had no snow, but very, very excited. And then I grabbed the washi tape that goes with the traveling set. So very excited to use this. And the last couple things, I got a sticker, don't remember from who, but somebody gave me a free sticker for Stationery Fest, and one of a billion Metro cards that I grabbed while in New York City. I have some from my Brooklyn Midtown adventures. So this one I'm probably going to put on a water bottle because it's so big. I just don't know what water bottle. I think I have a water bottle in mind that I could put this on, and I'm very, very excited. But with that, if you're just here to see my Stationery Fest haul, this is it. And I look forward to seeing some more videos in the next couple days from other vendors or other, attendees that have bought a lot of things. I didn't buy any inks because I only wanted the Stationery Fest exclusive inks while at Stationery Fest. And I did not get anything super crazy in terms of like inks or fountain pens. So I kind of limited myself in that regard. I didn't get any fountain pens actually while in New York City because I have like over 30 pens right now. Maybe I'll do a video kind of showcasing my haul, but I'm very, very excited with the things that I grabbed and the things I'm going to be sharing with Amalia and maybe with AJ and some of my other stationery friends. So with that, I'm going to make a video and post it separately, but I'm going to go over and just set this up for my Brooklyn and Midtown haul. But anyway, thank you for stopping on my channel. Thank you for kind of going through my haul. I don't know, my channel is kind of eclectic because I kind of put a lot of my grad school stuff as well as like my stationery things. So who knows, but thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.